Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. The victims in a fatal Hazel Township fire have been identified. According to Pennsylvania State Police, crews responded to the fire on Arthur Street on Saturday, November 18th around 11:30 p.m. Two individuals identified as 77-year-old Barbara Ann Sallow and 78-year-old Fred Enyard Sallow Jr. were found deceased after the fire was contained and extinguished. Fire marshals have determined that the fire was not suspicious and no foul play was present. A former gymnastics coach in Luzerne County has pled guilty to 1 count of child pornography and 1 count of dissemination of photo or film of child sex acts. Andrew P. Neefy was arrested in April of 2023 on 1,000 counts of possessing and sharing sexual abuse materials when West Hazelton Police and the District Attorney's Office conducted a search warrant at his residence on April 21st. According to court records, the search warrant resulted from cyber tips received from the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. Police say Neefy told detectives he had been a gymnastics coach for over 3 decades, mainly with children 8 to 18 years old. Detectives also conducted a forensic exam of the electronic devices present at Neefy's residence, in which they discovered over 1,000 images of child sexual abuse material. Neefy is scheduled to be sentenced March 7th and is currently behind bars at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility. A ribbon cutting was held on Tuesday for a new business in West Hazelton. ServPro is a locally owned business that offers 24-hour restoration and cleaning services for homes and businesses. ServPro is located at 125 Warren Street in West Hazelton. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazelton hosted a blood drive on Tuesday in collaboration with Miller Keystone Blood Center. The event ran from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the hospital campus. We spoke with Community and Media Relations Manager Lisa Marie Halecki about the event.
We do hold our blood drives every 56 days, every other month, when it's time to give blood again, because that's when your body will replenish and you're allowed to give blood. It is so important because Miller Keystone Blood Center is one of the sole providers of blood for all of our local hospitals. So when you give to Miller Keystone, you're giving to your neighbors, your friends, your family, and it could possibly, blood coming back to you should you need it. Every day we need blood for, it could be a baby being born, it could be a victim of an accident, or whatever the case may be. There's always transfusions of blood going on for patients, so it is critical that we keep those supplies updated, and that's why we hold these blood drives as much as we do.
Halecki also told us about the benefits of giving blood for the donor.
I've been giving since I'm 18 years old, and it really is just so rewarding. And it's like a little mini health check as well, because you're going to find out your blood pressure and your blood sugar, and you're also going to have your blood replenished by giving blood. So it's good for you, and it's good to save lives.
First-time donor Stacy Sanchez said she was happy to be able to help others by donating.
I think that if you can give blood and you're healthy enough, you should, because your blood, whatever amount they take out, helps a lot of people, and you never know whose life you're going to save.
If you are unable to attend the event and are interested in donating blood, you can visit giveapint.org to see a schedule of future blood drive events in our area and register. Northumberland firefighters were dispatched to a 2-home fire Monday night. According to Northumberland Fire Chief Steve Swineford, crews dealt with heavy smoke as they worked to put out the fire, which broke out at 174 Hanover Street around 7:18 p.m. The fire quickly extended into 168 Hanover Street. Residents of both 174 and 168 were home at the time of the fire and made it out safely. Crews say 1 dog was rescued from the fire, but 1 cat did not make it out of the flames. According to officials, 174 is considered a total loss, and 168 will most likely be as well. A PSP fire marshal has ruled the fire accidental, but has not elaborated further as to what ignited the fire. Winterfest in Bloomsburg starts this Friday, and people will be making their way to the fairgrounds for food, fun, and of course, entertainment. We spoke with Entertainment Director Sandra Eckroth to get details on what is to come this weekend.
We're going to have different local dance studios come. We have a barbershop quartet coming as well, and we have lots of entertainment with music, dancing, Santa. We have the horse-drawn sleigh, And that's going to be offered multiple times, which is going to be fantastic because you get the opportunity to be on a sleigh outside with your family and offered both nights, Saturday and Friday.
Eckroth says that you should look out for the entertainment schedule if there is a certain act that you wish to see.
There'll be a schedule available with all of the dance studios like Strike a Pose and the times that they'll be available, and then as well as the Barbershop Quartet.
Winterfest will take place at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds on Friday, November 24th and Saturday, November 25th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Admission is free. 2 men have been arrested after police say that they tried to steal cooking oil from a diner in Monroe County. Pocono Township Police say officers were called to the Scott Run Diner early Monday morning for a report of an attempted cooking oil theft. According to police, Ronnie Castillo Santos and Miguel Caraballo Moreno were operating a Home Depot rental box truck when they stole the oil and left the parking lot heading towards State Route 611. That is when officers say they stopped the 2 suspects at the traffic stop and found 3 containers of stolen oil in the vehicle. Castillo Santos and Caraballo Moreno were both arrested in connection with the theft. Coming up on WILN News, Hanover Township Police are asking the public for help in identifying 2 suspects in a retail theft. Plus, health department leaders met in Wilkes-Barre this week to raise awareness for newborn syphilis. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WILN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Bill. Tomorrow's going to be sunny.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
It's time for Winterfest at the Bloomsburg Fair. Enjoy holiday fun the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. Shop over 200 craft vendors, including local wineries and distilleries that will be inside 4 fair buildings. Meet me, Santa. I arrive Friday night via the Parade of Lights, ending its parade route at the fairgrounds. See a puppet show or make a craft. Enter the cookie or chili contest. Participate in the Fa La La 5K. There's something for everyone. Ho, ho. Plus free admission and parking. Details on the Bloomsburg Fair Facebook page.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Welcome back to WYLN News. 2 people are wanted after they allegedly stole from a Dollar General. Hanover Township Police say that officers were called to the Dollar General at 800 Sanssouci Parkway for a report of a retail theft. According to police, the suspects stole $81.23 in merchandise without paying for it. Surveillance footage showed the pair leaving the scene in a blue Ford Escape with plastic covering the front passenger side window. If you have any information on the theft, you are asked to call the Hanover Township Police at 570-825-1254. The Carbon County Sheriff's Office is asking the public for help in locating a wanted woman. Tanya Hosier is wanted on a first offense DUI charge. Hosier is known to have ties to the Lee-Heighton area. If you have any information on Hosier's whereabouts, you are asked to contact the Carbon County Sheriff's Office at 570-325-2821. State and local health department leaders met in Wilkes-Barre on Monday to encourage pregnant women to be tested for syphilis. Newborn syphilis is an infection that can be passed from mother to child during pregnancy. If contracted, syphilis can cause miscarriages, stillbirths, premature births, low birth weight, or death shortly after birth. During the press conference, Acting Health Secretary Dr. Deborah Bogan spoke about the increasing spread of syphilis in the United States.
Let me be clear, this is not an issue limited to Pennsylvania. There is a nationwide increase in the number of infants with newborn syphilis. Last week, the CDC issued a report about the rising number of infants with the disease across the entire country. The CDC report, which is based on 2022 data, shows that there were 10 times more babies born with newborn syphilis in 2022 than in 2012.
However, Bogan said that there are steps that can be taken to help prevent and treat the disease.
We must increase awareness among all residents. We want people to know that there are simple tests to diagnose syphilis and treatments available to cure syphilis across the lifespan. By identifying and treating syphilis before or during pregnancy, we can prevent newborn syphilis. As Katie said, we have free and confidential testing and treatment are available that can prevent newborn syphilis and the complications it can bring to a joyous occasion. You can find a listing of all the locations where the testing and treatment is free on our Department of Health website at health.pa.gov.
The Department of Health recommends that all pregnant women be tested for syphilis at the first prenatal visit, during the third trimester, and at delivery. With winter weather on the horizon, PennDOT is providing motorists with winter driving advice to consider when traveling. PennDOT recommends keeping a winter emergency travel kit in your vehicle, including layers of clothing and blankets. It is also recommended to keep your gas tank at least half full and to slow down and increase following distance. PennDOT advises to avoid sudden stops and starts, and be aware of roads that may look wet but are actually frozen, often referred to as black ice. Following weather and travel advisories is also advised. However, it is ultimately preferable to stay off the road if travel is not necessary. Motorists can check conditions on major roadways by visiting 511pa.com. Coming up on Freeland's News Choice, Ryan Prosick is back on Let's Talk Sports. Plus, we learn about Stop the Bleed on this week's Wellness Wednesday. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices. Stop in to one of our 2 locations, Route 93 in Nescopec
or downtown Hazleton,
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
Lehigh Valley Topper Cancer Institute brings the next level of cancer care to the greater Hazleton region. The new cancer center on the campus of Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is now open and offers an advanced radiation therapy program, an expanded infusion suite with private treatment rooms, and the latest telemedicine technologies. The Cancer Center at LVH Hazleton, offering world-class cancer care closer to home. To learn more, visit lvhn.org/Hazleton Cancer Center.
Chris Kindlefest and holiday concert featuring the Hazleton Philharmonic Symphony Orchestra directed by Robert Lagana will be held Saturday, December 2nd at Christ Lutheran Church, Church and Green Streets in Hazleton, with beautiful crafts for sale, a tricky tray auction, and make sure you check out their Tannenbaum Tea Room, where you can enjoy tea, scones, and other treats. Experience the full light and sound display featuring the Nativity message. And St. Nicholas will make an appearance. The concert starts at 4 and there's no admission fee. Check out Chris Kindlefest at the Christ Lutheran Church. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information.
Hello, I'm Wyln historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
Welcome to a Wednesday edition of Let's Talk Sports. Like I said, we have to recap the rest of Week 11 of NFL action and look forward to Week 12 because we have 3 games tomorrow, and I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully enjoy pumpkin pie, turkey, and some good football, and of course time with family. I don't know if we're going to get the good football part, but hopefully you get everything else on this Thanksgiving. We also have a Black Friday game, 3 p.m. I guess they wanted to change it up a little bit. Miami at the Jets on 3 on Friday. Weird, but anyway, we'll talk about that in a little bit. I just want to recap the rest of the 4 p.m. slate and the Sunday night football game. From Week 11, we had San Francisco defeat Tampa Bay 27-14. Obviously, Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle showed out for Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey. Tell us what Christian McCaffrey does. We also had Buffalo at the Jets 32-6. Buffalo didn't look impressive. The Jets just looked really bad. And now Tim Boyle will start that Friday afternoon game for them. We also had the Rams at Seattle. 17-16, squeak out a last-second field goal that missed, so the Rams escape with the victory. And then we had Minnesota at Denver. Denver winning 21-20 on a last-second touchdown by Cortland Sutton, and Josh Dobbs couldn't drive back down the field. So the Magic, tapered a little bit there, but it is what it is. But Week 11 was a solid week of NFL action, and this week is going to be hopefully just as good. We have Green Bay at Detroit. Obviously, they host the 12:30 game every day, along, side by side with the dog show after the Thanksgiving Day parade. But give me Detroit here at home. I think they're just too good of a football team. In Green Bay, despite beating the Chargers, I don't think it's enough to get it done. I mean, we saw Detroit come back against the Bears last week. They have all the weapons they need: Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, David Montgomery, and if they find a number 2 wide receiver, I know they spent high draft capital on Jameson Williams, and he did catch a touchdown last week, but he hasn't lived up to the draft capital status. But if they find a number 2 wide receiver, look out, because this offense is going to be one to be reckoned with, and the defense hasn't been the worst, hasn't been the best. I mean, when Aiden Hutchinson's getting held on like every play, they show it. It's really obvious to pick it out in the replay, but not much you can do there, and the defense just needs a couple more pieces. So we're going to expect them to address defense in the offseason. Moving on, we have Washington at Dallas. I don't think this is going to be a good game. Washington lost to the Giants last week. I mean, lose to the Giants to Tommy DeVito. I'm not hating on Tommy DeVito. It was a masterful performance. Those throws to Saquon in the end zone were, especially that one in the back right corner, it was a pro throw. I'll just say that much. But Dak Prescott's going to do them a lot worse with CeeDee Lamb and some better weapons as well. Maybe Tony Pollard to keep it going, but Michael Gallup and Brandon Cooks may cook on this Thanksgiving. But as for Washington, I see no signs of them winning this game. Sam Howell is reckless, and that defensive line and the defense, Theron Bland might have another pick 6. He has 4 this year already. That's insane, honestly. If he gets to 5, I think that breaks the NFL record. So maybe he'll do it against Sam Howell. Like I said, kind of reckless, takes too many sacks, a little errant with the football, threw a couple of picks last week. So it could very well easily happen. So I'm looking forward to see that. I know I don't like to root for Dallas, but seeing someone get 5 pick 6s in a year is pretty cool no matter who does it. So anyway, and then the nightcap brings us to San Francisco at Seattle. Give me San Fran. Brock Purdy with Trent Williams and Deebo Samuel back is just too good, and they'll just keep running over teams until they see Philadelphia, which that'll be a closely competitive game. We're looking forward to that one coming up shortly here. Been circled on the calendars for quite some time, but yeah, and then Geno Smith is also, I know he played the end of the game, but he's a little banged up, and against that 49ers pass rush, no thanks. Give me San Francisco on the road in Seattle.
And then Friday, wrapping it up, we have Miami at the Jets. Tim Boyle, go look at his college stats. I don't like to, be a little negative around these parts, but I don't know how he made an NFL roster, if I'm being completely honest with his college stats. Good for him. I'm happy he's getting the bag. I'm happy for him. Don't get me wrong, but the stat line just, it doesn't make sense to me. And I think Miami's going to do whatever they want to this Jets defense. They're going to wear him down with Raheem Mostert, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle, and they'll get to him over time. It'll be a competitive start of the game, and that being low scoring because Tim Boyle is not going to lead this offense to the promised land. And if he does, I'll eat my words, but that does it for this edition of Let's Talk Sports. We'll be back here on Friday. Everyone have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you then.
It's time for Winterfest at the Bloomsburg Fair. Enjoy holiday fun the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. Shop over 200 craft vendors, including local wineries and distilleries that will be inside 4 fair buildings. Meet me, Santa. I arrive Friday night via the Parade of Lights, ending its parade route at the fairgrounds. See a puppet show or make a craft. Enter the cookie or chili contest. Participate in the Fa La La 5K. There's something for everyone. Ho, ho. Plus free admission and parking. Details on the Bloomsburg Fair Facebook page.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Jura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hey folks, this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, check in on Jomira's story. For 3 years she had back pain, and within 10 days, she's feeling much better. So tune in.
Hi, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. On today's Wellness Wednesday, it's a serious topic we want to talk about, and we want to educate everyone in our viewing area about how important this is. I am here with our trauma manager for Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, Melanie Bowman. Welcome, Melanie.
Thank you, Marie.
So times have changed. We are going through a lot of different scenarios in our lives. Melanie, let's talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So yeah, over the last few years, there's lots of news about mass casualty events and lots of victims of crime, school shootings, which are devastating, right? And this program, Stop the Bleed, was developed after the Sandy Hook school shooting in Connecticut, 2012. And this is Stop the Bleed. It was developed by the American College of Surgeons And it was, the government kind of got involved to get it out to the communities, because that's really where we need it to be. We need the community folks to know how to do this. We want to teach people how to stop a major hemorrhage and save lives. You can lose your life in 5 minutes if you are if you're bleeding from a major vessel. So that's important.
So you go out and you teach different organizations this program.
Yep.
There are places where our viewers can go to learn more about what Stop the Bleed is.
Right.
So, our EMS is out there in the field every day, but before they get there, what would be some of the things that someone could do to prevent someone from, if you will, bleeding out?
Sure. So the very first thing is recognizing that someone's bleeding, and to know that it is a life-threatening bleed. Blood, if you have a little bit of blood, it looks like a lot. So the first thing is finding where you're bleeding from. A lot of times if a patient is laying on their back, they could be bleeding from their back, or they could be bleeding from their knee. So you kind of have to identify where it is. And the very first step to stopping the bleed is to apply pressure to the area. If the vessel that's involved is not a major vessel, the pressure itself can stop the bleed. Okay? And then, of course, if it's not a major vessel, but it's not just a tiny vessel, you may have to pack the wound. And this kind of, what we have here is combat gauze. They use it in the military. It's impregnated with a substance that stops and helps the blood to clot. So you push that into the wound as tightly as possible, and again, continue the pressure. If that does not stop the bleed, then the last step to stop the bleed program is tying a tourniquet. Not every bleed a tourniquet is not required. Right. So you kind of have to determine, which piece of it, and do all the steps from pressure to packing to tourniquet.
So, of course, as you had mentioned, mass casualties, school shootings, unfortunately, we don't have a tourniquet laying around. We don't have this gauze. So there's other things that we can teach to utilize in these situations that could potentially mimic these products as well. And just, once again, until emergency services can get there. Right. Just to hold it, if you will.
Right. So the Stop the Bleed program does not tell you to use anything improvised.
Oh, okay.
They really push the products that we have here on the table. Okay. And I can tell you that there are white boxes on walls now of public places like AEDs that have Stop the Bleed kits in them. Nice. However, if you are, if you need to improvise, anything that you can wrap and tie tightly can be a tourniquet, a shirt, or, a cloth, a clean cloth can be your packing, or something that you hold pressure on a wound with, for sure.
So we're going to stop here, and we are going to come back next week, and Melanie is going to give us a tutorial on exactly how to stop a bleed. So thank you so much for giving us this information thus far, and next week we'll be back to show you more. Thank you for watching Wellness Wednesday.
And that does it for the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest news and updates on our YouTube, Facebook, or at our website at wylntv.com. Stay with us for a look at the weather.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.